We're in 2023 when we have a lot of handheld PCs to play our games, but they're all costing about $700, $800, $900. And then we also have the Steamdeck for 64 gigabytes. It costs $350. So let's see if the Steamdeck 64 gigabytes is still worth it in 2023. So the first thing that you will have to do is buy a micro SD card. Now the Steamdeck does support a micro SD card here. I have a 512 gigabytes micro SD card from Samsung. And once you put this in, this is the best handheld I can literally recommend to everybody. And there's one main reason that I will recommend you buying the Steamdeck rather than buying any other consoles. Now, yes, you will have something from Asus or from Lenovo, the new Legion Go, I think it's called. That they are technically more powerful than the Steamdeck, but in reality I don't think as a long term that statement will be true. And the main reason why I'm saying this is Windows versus SteamOS. Now SteamOS is becoming better every single time. They're making good optimizations and they're making really quality updates here to support the Steamdeck. Now the developers, they optimize their games for the Steamdeck, and once you will see an optimization well done, then the game will run 10 times better rather than an optimization bad with a 10 times more powerful CPU and GPU. So in my opinion, I will say the Steamdeck is here to stay for a very long time, and it's probably the one that I will recommend you guys to buy. I mean, the games are running no problem, how you can see here in the gameplay. You get a lot of support from Valve, and you know it has SteamOS. That means that all the games, they will be optimized for SteamOS. So if a company like Sony decided to support the Steamdeck and release Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and the first Spider-Man and the Spider-Man remake on the Steamdeck, you know, that means that they see a lot of value in this thing. They know a lot of people bought it and they will optimize the games. You know, there are more games that they're working on this one. You know, you can play the latest Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you can play GTA 5, you can play a lot of games on the Steamdeck. Well, yes, I would say you can play them on the other consoles as well, but then think of the long term, right? And then the other ones, don't forget, they're running Windows. That means the battery will get literally destroyed by the moment. And with Windows, it's also one thing that you have to remember. And I'll give you an example. When Windows 10 first came out, it was able to run on 2 gigabytes of RAM with 32 gigabytes of storage, right? And it was literally device release. The one that I'm thinking right now is a HP Stream, which was literally 2 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage. I think it was about $140 when it was released. Then Windows couldn't support that device anymore, so the more updates Windows received, then that device got slower and slower and slower to the point when it was unusable, because Windows 10 didn't do good with optimization and could not keep up with the specification that the device had. And that's how you got to Windows 11 now, which you will do the same thing. Yes, you will buy a handheld literally for Windows 11. That's perfect. You will play your games today. In a year times, that handheld might literally be the slowest thing possible for you, but the Steamdeck will still run the same and it will still receive optimization. Yes, maybe the specs are not the best at the moment, but you are still able to play most of the games with it with no problem. So if you want my personal advice, don't spend $700-800 on a Lenovo one. Buy a Steamdeck. $350 for the console, another $60 for the micro SD card. That's 410 pounds. You save some money, you get the same games almost. There are some games that you can't play on the Steamdeck only because they are not optimized, but you can play them with a controller. You can plug here. And the best thing that I love, because a lot of people are saying, oh, that runs Windows. Well, first of all, you can install Windows on this thing, and second of all, you can switch to desktop mode. And in desktop mode, you literally have Linux, so you can watch YouTube videos, you can listen to music on Spotify, you can do the same thing that you will do in a desktop mode. I will fully recommend you guys buy a Steamdeck. Save some money, you won't regret it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.